Dogs are amazing companions, full of quirks and unique behaviors that can sometimes leave us puzzled. Whether it's licking your feet, dragging their rear on the ground, or stretching when they see you, these habits might seem strange but have fascinating explanations. Let's dive into the reasons behind these behaviors and uncover the science and instincts that drive our furry friends. You might have noticed your dog scratching the ground after relieving themselves and thought they were trying to bury their poop, much like a cat. However, the real reason is quite different. Dogs are territorial animals that rely heavily on their sense of smell to communicate. Scratching the ground is their way of leaving a scent mark in the area. How does this work? Dogs have scent glands located in the pads of their paws. When they scratch, they release pheromones that other dogs can detect. This scent mark serves as a business card of sorts, conveying details about their age, health, and stress levels. The behavior isn't limited to marking territory, it's something both male and female dogs do instinctively. Additionally, scratching leaves visible marks on the ground, acting as a visual signal to other animals that says, "I was here." Some experts even suggest that the act of scratching feels satisfying to dogs and may help them assert their presence when other dogs are nearby. Watching a dog spin in circles to chase their tail can be hilarious, but this behavior has deeper meanings. For puppies, tail chasing is often a form of playful exploration. They see their tail as a moving toy and find it entertaining. However, when adult dogs chase their tails frequently, it can be a sign of boredom, anxiety, or even a medical issue. A dog that lacks physical and mental stimulation might resort to tail chasing as a way to pass the time. Providing more walks, engaging playtime, and opportunities to interact with other dogs can help reduce this behavior. On the other hand, tail chasing can also indicate stress. Dogs in monotonous or tense environments may develop compulsive habits like tail chasing to cope. Creating a calm and enriching environment with plenty of activities can help alleviate stress and prevent compulsive behaviors. If you've ever seen your dog sprinting wildly around the house or yard, you've witnessed the phenomenon known as zoomies. Officially referred to as frenetic random activity periods, FRAPs, zoomies are bursts of energy that dogs of all ages experience. The reasons behind zoomies vary. Sometimes they're a way for dogs to release tension after a stressful event like a bath or a vet visit. Other times, zoomies are a pure expression of joy, such as when you come home after a long day or let them out to play after being confined. Zoomies can also be a way for dogs to burn off excess energy. If your dog frequently gets the zoomies, ensure they have a safe space to run without knocking over furniture or hurting themselves. Regular exercise can help channel their energy more constructively. A dog jumping up to greet you might seem overwhelming, but it's actually a display of love and excitement. Dogs jump to get closer to your face, as they naturally view this as a key level for interaction. As puppies, they learn to lick their mother's face to ask for food, and as adults, this behavior becomes a sign of affection. Jumping also allows dogs to sniff you more closely, gathering information about where you've been and what you've been doing. While this greeting is endearing, it can become problematic, especially with larger dogs. To curb this behavior, ignore your dog until they calm down, then reward them with attention. Consistency and patience are key to teaching your dog to greet you in a more relaxed manner. Few things are as shocking as seeing your dog eat poop, a behavior known as coprophagia. While it's gross to us, it's relatively common in the canine world. For puppies, this behavior is often learned from their mother, who cleans the nesting area by eating her pup's waste. Puppies may mimic this behavior as they grow. For adult dogs, the reasons can vary. Some eat poop out of boredom, stress, or to get your attention. Others might do it as a way to keep their space clean, especially if they're still learning house training. Nutritional deficiencies or medical issues can also play a role. If your dog eats poop, don't panic or scold them harshly. Instead, focus on addressing the root cause. Ensure they're getting a balanced diet and plenty of mental stimulation. If the behavior persists, consult your vet for further guidance. When a dog sleeps belly up, it's more than just an adorable pose. It's a sign of trust and comfort. Exposing their belly and throat, some of the most vulnerable areas on their body, shows that they feel safe in their environment. This position also helps dogs stay cool, as their less furry areas, like the belly, can release heat more effectively. If your dog sleeps like this, take it as a compliment. It means they trust you completely and feel right at home. Many dogs love lying in the sun, but the reasons go beyond simple comfort. Dogs have a higher body temperature than humans, so sunbathing helps them reach their optimal thermal comfort zone. Sun exposure also offers health benefits, such as improving circulation and soothing aches and pains. For dogs with conditions like arthritis, the sun's warmth can provide relief. Additionally, sunlight boosts melatonin production, promoting better sleep. However, sunbathing isn't without risks. Overexposure can lead to overheating or heat stroke. Watch for signs like excessive panting, disorientation, or lethargy. Ensure your dog has access to shade and fresh water, and if symptoms of heat stroke occur, seek veterinary care immediately. Dogs licking feet might seem strange, but for them, it's completely natural. This behavior activates the Jacobson's organ, a special structure in their palate that allows them to smell and taste simultaneously. By licking your feet, dogs gather information about where you've been and how you're feeling. Sometimes, licking is simply a way to seek attention or enjoy the salty taste of your skin. It's also a sign of affection and a way for dogs to strengthen their bond with you. If the licking becomes excessive, it might indicate anxiety or a behavioral issue. In such cases, consulting a professional can help. Nipping during petting might seem alarming, but it's a common behavior, especially in puppies. For them, nibbling is a way of exploring their world. In adult dogs, however, nipping can indicate overstimulation, discomfort, or a desire to stop the interaction. Pay attention to your dog's body language to understand their mood. If the nipping persists, consult a vet or trainer to address any underlying issues. Providing your dog with clear boundaries and respecting their preferences can help prevent this behavior. When your dog barks at seemingly nothing, it can feel puzzling, but there's usually a logical explanation. Dogs experience the world differently than we do, relying on their acute senses of hearing, smell, and vision. They might bark at sounds or movements that are imperceptible to us, such as a faint noise in the distance or a lingering scent. Sometimes dogs learn that barking gets your attention, turning it into a form of communication. If this is the case, work on redirecting their behavior with positive reinforcement and training. If your dog follows you from room to room, you might have a Velcro dog. This behavior stems from a dog's pack instincts. They see you as their leader and want to stay close. Following you also often leads to rewards like affection, playtime, or treats, reinforcing the habit. For rescue dogs, past experiences of abandonment can make them extra clingy, seeking comfort and security in your presence. While this behavior is endearing, it's essential to ensure it doesn't develop into separation anxiety, which can negatively impact both you and your dog. Eating dirt might seem like odd behavior, but it's often linked to a condition called pica, where dogs consume non-food items. Reasons for this behavior include boredom, nutritional deficiencies, or medical issues like anemia. If your dog frequently eats dirt, consult your vet to rule out any health concerns. Eating dirt also poses risks, such as ingesting harmful substances or developing intestinal blockages. Ensuring your dog has a balanced diet and plenty of mental stimulation can help prevent this behavior. When your dog sits with their back to you, it's not a sign of indifference. On the contrary, it's a gesture of trust. In the canine world, turning their back to someone signals that they feel safe and secure. By sitting this way, your dog is also able to keep an eye on their surroundings while ensuring you're protected. This behavior reflects their instinct to look out for their pack. Scooting is often a sign that something is irritating your dog's anal glands. These glands can become inflamed or infected, causing discomfort. Scooting is their way of trying to relieve the irritation. Other potential causes include allergies, parasites, or skin irritation. If your dog scoots frequently, consult your vet to address the issue and improve their comfort. When your dog stretches upon seeing you, it's more than just a physical stretch. It's a gesture of happiness and anticipation. This behavior often signals excitement and readiness for interaction or playtime. The stretch can also help release tension and warm up their muscles for activity. Sometimes this stretch is part of a playbow, where the dog lowers their front paws and keeps their rear end up. This playful posture is an invitation for you to join in the fun.